Sonic has a roster of incredibly powerful foes. It would be almost impossible for the blue blur to deal with all of them himself. Thankfully, he has an equally impressive cast of friends at his side to help him deal with his rogues gallery. Today we will be looking at and breaking down the 15 most powerful heroes in the IDW Sonic run so far. And let me tell you, some of these rankings may surprise you. Although she may be coming in at 15th on this list, Cream the Rabbit is anything but weak. Cream is an interesting character, because while she isn't as strong as characters like Big the Cat, who didn't make it on this list, she has a strong will, and raises the morale of those around her. When we first see Cream during the early stages of the metal virus, she loses her Chow Cheese to the infection, and despite this, she still tries her hardest to raise the spirits of other survivors. Later, Cream would lose her mother to the infected horde, but would still be a foundation for the rest of the team to fall back on when things got tough. Cream also is seen to have immense determination. When teams were tasked with taking down the Deadly Six in order to retrieve the Chaos Emeralds, Cream would face off against Xena, going against Jamerl's wishes. During the battle, Cream would be able to use her bond with Jamerl to break him free from Xena's control. Cream managed to get a few good hits in on the Zeddy as well, and while Cream would rather avoid fighting if possible, she has many skills that make her a dangerous combatant. For instance, Cream can fly with her ears as well as spin dash. Her determination to protect her friends and loved ones gives her strength when she needs it the most. Just like Cream, the next character on the list is very young, but that doesn't stop them from being courageous. That's right, coming in at 14th on the list is Charmy B. Being part of the Chaotix, Charmy is used to seeing battle at this point, and has displayed his usefulness to his team and friends numerous times. Being a hero with the ability to fly, Charmy has often had to save his friends from falling, or used his flight to gain the drop on his enemies. Unfortunately, however, for Charmy, he lacks any real skill or power to be higher on the list. During the metal virus, Charmy would show a lack of discipline by ignoring Vector's commands, a mistake that would ultimately lead him to getting infected. During the battle for Angel Island, Charmy would manage to save Sonic from falling to his doom, but lacked the ability to save anyone else, easily being outclassed by the sheer power of Silver. Charmy is still young, and has a lot of growing to do, much like Cream. However, it's their actions that count. Charmy has his limits, but no matter what, he still tries to do what's right in order to save the day. The leader of the Chaotix, Vector the Crocodile, comes in at 13th on the list. While Vector is strong, smart, and a great detective, his temper and lust for money hinder his skill. During the battle for Angel Island, Vector would lend a hand to his friends while trying to take down an Egg Fleet battleship. However, when the battle ends, Vector collapses from exhaustion, despite doing much less than the likes of other characters. While he can be greedy, Vector does have a big heart, and this was clearly shown when Restoration HQ was overrun by Zombots. Charmy, who was infected at this point, slipped out of containment. Vector then willingly sacrificed himself by grabbing Charmy and sealed himself up with the other infected. Unfortunately for Vector, moments like him losing the tumble in the fight and collapsing after the battle for Angel Island rank him lower than most characters. All in all, Vector has proven himself a great leader and an even better friend. Another character who has proven themselves a great friend is Tangle the Lemur, who comes in at number 12. The first time Tangle appears in the comics, it's evident right away that she has natural talent, as she is able to easily defend her home from badniks alongside Sonic. Tangle has shown her versatility, being able to work well with almost anyone in order to save the day. She has found a great teammate and friend in Whisper the Wolf, who she now spends most of her time teamed up with. Her stretchy tail and upbeat attitude give her the edge she needs in combat to have a chance against any opponent. Tangle has been able to use her tail to subdue the likes of Mimic, who is one of the most dangerous villains in the Sonic universe. However, her tail is so long that it's also been exploited against her in battle. Tangle has great natural talent, and her positive attitude allows her to push through the toughest of battles. Tangle has tons of potential to move up this list in the future, especially as she grows alongside her friends. Programmed to grow wiser and stronger as he learns, Jamerl comes in at 11th. Being devoted to Cream, Jamerl has proven many times that he will do whatever it takes to defend her and her family from harm. When Sonic arrived at Cream's house with the metal virus, Jamerl would attack Sonic, showing off his impressive speed. Despite being a machine, his bond with Cream has become so strong that when battling Xena, he was able to overcome her control. And upon seeing Xena hurt Cream, Jamerl would show her what a mistake she had made. Later, when ambushed by badniks that were repurposed by Clutch, Jamerl would fend them off in order to protect Cream and Belle. Even with his impressive capabilities, Jamerl by no means is invincible. After taking a devastating blow from Metal Sonic, Jamerl would be in a weakened state for several issues, leading him to being beaten up badly by common badniks. Now in a better state, Jamerl can get back to learning and adapting so that he can better protect Cream. One of Sonic's closest friends, and definitely his biggest fan, Amy Rose, comes in at 10th on the list. Amy is often underlooked, but she is very intelligent and powerful. Armed with her Pico Pico hammer, Amy has held her own against some of the most powerful enemies thrown her way. No matter the situation, whether it be the Eggman War or the Metal Virus, Amy can be found coordinating the heroes and planning out the next move. Amy has been thrust into a leadership role since the Eggman War, and it's a role that she's adapted to aptly. She's shown her capability to hack into the Eggnet, much like Tails, and has proven her power and skill when taking down the Chaos Emerald powered Zamam. Perhaps Amy's greatest attribute is being there for her friends when they need her. No matter the circumstance, when someone is in need, Amy does her best to help. She might not be as fast as Sonic or as smart as Tails, but she tries her best to help her friends, and that's what makes Amy so great. Tangle's best friend and one of the best marksmen in the Sonic universe, Whisper cracks the top 10 at 9th on the list. Known as the guardian angel of the battlefield, during the Eggman War, Whisper's skills need no introduction. Although she prefers to work alone, if not alongside her friend Tangle, Whisper has been able to work very well with the other cast of Sonic's friends. For instance, she was vital in taking down Zor, who was empowered by a Chaos Emerald at the time. Alongside Silver, the two were able to best the Zeddy in combat. She was also part of a team who came together in defense of Angel Island when it was being attacked by Neo Metal. Whisper's skills know no bound, and the only thing that truly stops her from being higher on this list is the ghosts of her past. Her emotional trauma from losing her teammates has caused Whisper great pain that she hasn't been able to move past yet. Much like her friend Tangle, she has tons of potential to move up on the list, but until she can move on from her past, she won't reach it. Sneaking her way into 8th on the list is the super spy Rouge the Bat. Rouge has proven herself a true hero time and time again, and can closely be compared to Black Widow from the Marvel Universe. Rouge has been part of many pivotal battles. For instance, during the battle for Angel Island, she was able to save many lives, as well as use her bombs in order to take out Egg Fleet cannons. However, her biggest asset is her experience as a spy. During All or Nothing, Rouge was able to sneak aboard the face ship, and by doing so, gave the Resistance HQ vital information that helped turn the tide against Savik's forces. Rouge might not be the most physically capable, but that's where her gadgets come into play to assist her in combat. Her intelligence and ability to deceive anyone in her path rank her high on this list. Now, I want to take a minute to thank SaffieTaffie for the amazing thumbnail she did for this video. She's an incredibly talented artist who I've had the pleasure of working with before. She's been posting speed paintings of Sonic on her YouTube channel and also has an Instagram where she posts all of her art endeavors, so please go and check her stuff out. The links to all her social media is in the description below. And now, back to the list. One of the most elite fighters and an invaluable member to the Chaotix, Espio the Chameleon, comes in at 7th. Being masterfully skilled in hand-to-hand combat, Espio has toppled many foes using his ninjutsu and stealth. During the Metal Virus arc, teams were dispatched in order to take down the Deadly Six. However, with Knuckles refusing to leave the Master Emerald alone, and 2 of the 3 Chaotix being infected, Espio alone was tasked with bringing down Zaz. Though Zaz was able to sniff Espio out, the Chameleon was able to easily beat the Zeddy while showing off an impressive display of skill. While Espio is one of the most skillful characters on this list, he is far from perfect, and his stealth leaves a lot to be desired. The few times that we see Espio cloak in the comics, he is easily detected. Besides that, Espio's talent alone carries him this far up the list. The leader of the Resistance and one of the most physically imposing characters, Knuckles the Echidna, comes in at number 6. Knuckles, in my opinion, is one of the most underutilized characters in the IDW comics, but even with that, he is still shown to be incredibly powerful. Knuckles has easily bested Ruff the Skunk and would hold his own against a horde of Zombots before succumbing to the virus. However, there are a few things holding him back from reaching the top 5. Knuckles often lets his duty as the guardian to the Master Emerald get in his way. We see this when he refuses to help Espio and when fighting against Neo Metal. The only thing on his mind is the Master Emerald. Knuckles also hasn't had the opportunity to show off his skill in the comics. A few notable fights we see are against Ruff the Skunk, and if you've seen my villains list, you know he isn't too much competition. The other fight is against Neo Metal, and that is one that Knuckles loses pretty badly. If IDW gives us more Knuckles in the future, I think that he would easily break the top 5. Princess in Another Dimension and the chosen guardian of the Soul Emeralds, Blaze the Cat, comes in at 5th on the list. Using a blend of pyrokinesis and acrobatics to defeat her enemies, Blaze the Cat is one of the most powerful characters in Sonic. During the battle for Angel Island, Blaze was able to show off how powerful she could be when using the full force of the Soul Emeralds. As Burning Blaze, she was able to do massive damage to the Egg Fleet before needing to rest. During Out of the Blue, Blaze was able to restore Sonic's memories via the power of her flames. While we don't get to see Blaze much due to her being in a different dimension, when she does appear in the comics, she is always shown to be immensely powerful. This power does come with a burden though, as being the guardian of the Soul Emeralds, as well as the princess of the Soul Empire, has taken a toll on her. With the Soul Emeralds at her disposal, Blaze is one of the most powerful characters in Sonic. In order to save the future, he must protect the past. Coming in at number 4 is Silver the Hedgehog. Unlike Knuckles, who has had hardly any time to shine in these comics, fans of Silver the Hedgehog can eat their hearts out because Silver plays a very important role throughout the series. From saving Whisper the Wolf when fighting E-107 Theta, to saving numerous friends during the final battle with Neo Metal, Silver has saved countless lives throughout these stories. His impressive feats don't stop there, as Silver has taken down Zor, who was empowered by a Chaos Emerald at the time. He also played a pivotal role in taking down Zavik with the help of Sonic to put an end to the metal virus. His energy projection is off the charts, making him a seriously valuable ally to Sonic, which I'm sure Sonic is glad about because we all know what happened the last time these two fought.
It's no use. No. It's no use. No. It's no use.
Topping the final 3 on the list is the ultimate lifeform himself, Shadow the Hedgehog. With super speed, strength, and chaos powers, Shadow is one of the most lethal characters. While Knuckles and Sonic struggled with battling Super Neo Metal, Shadow was able to take him down swiftly, reverting him back to his prior form. Shadow has also taken down the likes of Clutch in one hit and came very close to being able to take Starline down as well. Working in tandem with Sonic, the two have saved countless lives, but even though he is a hero now, Shadow still prefers to work alone. Often being rash, Shadow has made numerous costly mistakes in the comics, which is why he's only coming in at 3rd. While battling Zombots during the Metal Virus arc, several times Shadow ignored advice from his friends, which ultimately led him to succumbing to the virus. His temper has also led him to ignore his friends in need and prioritize revenge. If Shadow could learn to work better with others and let go of his pride, he could be a lot more powerful. Number 2 on the list may surprise some, because while not powerful in terms of physical strength, his mind is his greatest weapon. Tails the Fox is the runner-up on the list. Sonic's best friend and a super genius, Tails has helped save the day with his amazing creations and brilliant plans. Tails has beaten many villains, some who are much more powerful than him, by outsmarting them. For instance, he has taken down Ruff the Skunk and was able to beat Kid the Fennec. Tails has created so many devices to help our heroes that it really feels like he is Mr. Fantastic from Marvel. He even created a Zeti launcher to return the Deadly Six back to their homeworld, which feels like the Illuminati sending Hulk away. In the Scrapnik Island spin-off, Tails not only saves Sonic's life, but also reprograms Mecha Knuckles and Mecha Sonic to free them from Eggman's programming. His intelligence is only matched by that of Eggman's, but even so, Tails' intelligence ranks him 2nd on this list. Now surely, to the surprise of no one, number 1 on the list is the blue blur himself, Sonic the Hedgehog. Being the fastest thing alive, there's almost nothing that can stop Sonic. He was able to use his speed to slow down the metal virus and has beaten just about every foe that has challenged him, including the likes of Surge, Zavik, and Eggman. Not to mention that his positive attitude allows him to always find hope given any situation he may face. With a powerful moveset and the ability to go into his super state when using all the Chaos Emeralds, Sonic the Hedgehog is easily the most powerful hero in the comics. Now, just as a reminder to everyone, this list is just my personal opinion, and I'd love to hear if you have a different opinion on who should be ranked where, so let me know down in the comments what your list would look like. I also have a very special video planned for you all, so be on the lookout for it soon. Once again, a big shout out to SaffieTaffie for the amazing thumbnail. Go and check her stuff out, links are down in the description. And with all that being said guys, take it easy, peace.